All right, let's go. Yeah. Checky.
Check.
Talofa family, welcome. This is the Get Done Show, the Get Done podcast. As we are on the road right now, we're here at the Polynesia Culture Center, visiting with one of my day one Usos here in the Laie, our village. Got David Galeai here. Thank you for joining us. Don't go anywhere. Stop what you're doing. Pause, hold, and don't forget you're going to reset, rebuild, and reconnect with us as we take you on this journey of Mauso right here. Enjoy this time, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any more amazing episode or guests like Mauso right here. I got my guy here, David. Galeai, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us here today and taking the time out of your family and your work for being here to share your knowledge and your gift. Also, hello.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me on
Yeah.
Get Stunned. It's an honor to be here. With one of the Usos that we grew up with right here in Laie. So,
Yeah, thank you. Well, let's jump right into it, man. I know it's the big competition, the Fire Night is coming up,
yes.
but just share a little bit of background about yourself. And remember, this is a 3-time Fire Knife champion, and we're gonna cover all that. And just to kick off the world, one of the biggest. This is like the Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
This is like the Super Bowl of Fire Knife Dance. So please, can you just touch up, share a little bit for our fans that out there want to know a little bit about background about you from El Mole.
All right. My name is David Galeai, as he mentioned, 3-time World Fire Knife Champion here at the Polynesia Culture Center. Raised in Laie, and very proud to be from this town.
Yeah.
Also, I won 1999, year 2000, and 2003. And it's been a blessing to me.
Yes.
Sivafi has taken me around the world. So,
Oh yeah.
and it's been an honor for me to be an ambassador for that.
Yeah.
Share to the world our culture and our,
Yeah.
who we are as a people.
Yeah. And before we carry on that, I gotta go back a little bit to, the OG, the Polifano, share a little bit about Dad. You know what I mean? I don't want to mess it up, but Dad is the one who kind of brought it to life. And can you share a little bit about Dad and let everybody know who Dad is?
Yes,
Rest in peace to the OG Polifano.
Yeah, rest easy, Dad. So Polifano Galeai,
Yeah.
is my uncle, and he actually created the World Fire Knife Championship and founded the whole competition. He had a dream and he had a vision that the art of Siwafi can reach the world. So he created this competition in 1993, I believe. He was challenged by President Moore at the time to come up with something, an event that can help the center. And he decided to, what he felt inspired to do was to bring World Fire Knife, the champions, to the world. Sorry, let me excuse you. Fire Knife Siwafi, the art of Siwafi, bring it to the world. And he did it by creating the World Fire Knife Championships here at the Polynesia Culture Center.
Yeah.
So his legacy lives on. I mean, to this day, now you can see there's just many. We're to the point where we're throwing in qualifications now. You have to qualify to enter. So.
And it's out like in other countries too.
Yes, it literally is around the world.
And you guys travel to those places.
Yes. You would think like, I know last year we had our top 3.
Yeah.
He came from Japan.
Oh man.
Yes.
Crazy.
Awesome.
Crazy. Japan. Shout out to Japan.
Japan, and you got people coming all over from Europe now. You
got
people from Korea that's enter the competition. I think a few people came from Philippines. And of course the South Pacific, all of Tahiti, Samoa, Cook Islands. Cook Islands is coming this year. So we got a big group of Cook Islands coming this year.
Is this their first time coming?
No, they actually haven't been here since 2003.
So, wow. Well, we couldn't move on without, recognizing that.
Yes.
Uncle Polifano, rest in peace, in rebirth, in building this foundation where we're at now. The preparation to the competition. And what years was that you won again, Uso?
1999, 2000, and 2003.
Wow. How has that grown so much from that time, or how was the competition back then? Now it's almost like fast forward right now to right now. So how was it competing at that time as you see how it grown right now?
Well, I want to say back then, I guess the way the world was a little bit more
Mm,
intense. I mean,
mm,
everybody's really competitive, but to the point where
yeah,
aggression is a little bit higher. So
yeah,
you come over here, it's almost like people like fight already when you
yeah,
come
yeah.
here. I mean, they really took it as we come into war,
Mm,
and I think throughout the years, it's become more place where we could come together and learn from each other
yeah,
and compete as well on stage, but more of a hey, I share with you this.
yeah,
You gotta see what you did. Good job.
yeah.
More of a brotherhood.
Mm.
Whereas before, it was like I literally tell you one story.
Go ahead,
So
go ahead,
Patile
please.
Vasa,
Yeah.
during that time was me and him. We were
Ooh.
going back and forth.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Patti.
Patile Vasa,
Patti.
and he's the man. Like he's very intense.
Mm.
Anytime he would come to the camp, he never talked to anybody.
Yeah.
Just him and his coach stay in the corner,
Oh wow.
and they just stay there and he go. And I used to watch him. So back then, the stage in the back where we get ready, it was just like a what you call, just a small area. So it's hard to not just you're
Say
like
hello.
say hello, yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm right here, and I was like, oh, Maro, and he just go like, just look at me, and he's like, and in my head I was like, "Shala, this guy's for real.
Yeah.
But the intensity of it was nuts. I mean, he was very competitive. He was very strong. He used to do his full routine in the back before you go on stage,
Wow.
like busting them out, like going all out, sweating them out, and I'm like, hey, this guy gonna get tired on stage, but
Mm.
his mindset was just
Crazy.
next level.
Wow.
But I just wanted to share that with you, that how intense it was. He wouldn't talk to anyone, but he'd do damage on stage.
Mm.
And after the comp, then he'll give you a nod and like, hey, wow,
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Pati Levasa.
Man, that I think that is so true what you're saying, because sometimes you walk in. It's an individual profession. Yeah.
Yes.
Sport that. You're right. I don't care about you. It's that
Yeah.
kind of way, right?
Yeah.
You come in there to compete. You're going to war.
Well, being who we are as someone's, very competitive, huh?
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
prideful of who
Prideful.
you are.
Yeah, yeah,
So when you're coming in, it's like, I don't care who you are, I'm going to take you out tonight.
yeah.
That's the mentality. Even to the point where there was a year that we did compete and he won, and he came up to me in the back end, and after he's up, maybe next year, So I took it to heart. I was like, oh, so okay, I'm going to practice all year. I won't come next year. So came to 1999. Oh, wrong. 2000. Year 2000 was me, him, and I think it was, might have been, I forgot who was the third person that year. But anyway, so, and
Oh, you didn't compete that year?
no, I won 99, but he never competed 99.
Oh, he never competed.
98 is when he said, yo, maybe next year,
Oh, okay.
So, and I won 99, but I was waiting to meet him again in 2000.
2000.
So I trained hard for that year, but I was able to get the upper hand in the year 2000, and I was blessed. I worked hard that year for that.
Yeah,
He was awesome too. Could have went anyway.
yeah.
I think he had a drop that year that kind of gave me the
That push, yeah.
And then all I remember was I came to the back and I go, Maro, so maybe next year. I kind of gave it back to him, but then we've been good friends ever since, but it was just kind of that, that's our
That's the
relationship.
competitive, right? That's in good, in respect, That's why we push.
Yeah.
We kind of jab each other, but we're pushing each other.
Well, you would understand. I mean, I used to watch you play football, and I know the intensity that you guys brought on the field.
Yeah.
And I used to see you guys watch it when you lay out people, you're not giving half step, no matter if you knew the guy on the other side.
Yeah, yeah.
So I thought that was I think that's the biggest difference with now and then.
Right.
But it's still competitive now.
Yeah.
No, not taking away from that, but I think it's just more educated in a way where
we
can be.
And you're not gonna take it personal too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not talking to you, or I'm just
focused.
trying to stay
Yeah.
focused.
I think that's what I mean. We understand that now.
Mm,
Because before, even if you just stand over there, you never say hi to me. It's
mm.
like, silly. What? You think you're bad?
That's almost
mean,
like disrespectful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But we understand now.
Yeah.
It's different. Like the knowledge that we all gain and we all
Mm.
grown.
And now you guys get to share that. Now you see all these kids coming up. You get to share that with them, right?
Yeah.
You're coming in. Hey, we're taking it serious. I like win, and you know who you're competing against, and like you already know, Patty is my guy.
Yeah.
You guys are going head to head, and
Yeah.
it pushes you more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Pati is one of my idols. Like seriously, I would put him top 3
Mm.
from then even now.
He's amazing though.
Pati, he's up there. Like, I never seen anyone as intense as he is, and on stage just freaking whip him the way he does.
Mm.
You know, like, that's he has 4 titles. He's a 4-time world fight night champion.
Yeah.
I believe if we didn't have the rule of you sit out 1 year
Mm.
back then after you win 2, I think he would have had more titles. Definitely would have more titles.
Yeah.
And he's humble.
Yeah.
He's quiet.
He don't talk.
He don't talk. He's humble, but he's business, all about business.
That is so true. Shout out to Pati Levasa.
Yeah.
He started his fire knife camp,
Yes,
in
in
Australia.
Brisbane.
And I think this is going to be his 2nd year.
Yes.
So congratulations to Pati. And you're right, man. That guy, he danced like he's going to kill somebody.
Yep.
When he's dancing with his fire knife.
I mean, like, an icon, of course, we all know you worked with him for years as chief.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, he's the first, him and Uncle Soul was the first 2 that I learned watching.
Mm.
My mom used to be instructor over here at the Polynesian Culture Center. And she used to make me watch them. She's the one that put the fire knife in my hands. My Uncle Puli helped train me.
Yeah.
And then also my dad, Tafili, was another one that really
Yeah. We wanna go back on that one too. Yeah.
But watching Chief and Uncle Soul was the tool that for me was like, oh,
yeah,
that's the standard, because that was my, like someone would say they're Michael Jordan, or at that time now LeBron,
Right.
So that time for me it was Chief, and
and
I do get comments here and there that sorry, stop me if I'm talking too much.
No, you're good, man. You keep this. you go.
I get comments here and there about, but nowadays it's different. They do harder moves. And I go, yeah, but these are the guys that laid the foundation for you. Without them, there's no you.
Share that, yeah.
So you have to remember, you cannot forget everybody that been there. Even if you never win, you helped lay the path for these guys nowadays.
I like that.
So shout out to Chief Sielu. That's
Chief,
my first idol. So he's always the top for me.
Yeah.
Him and Uncle Soto. So.
Yeah. And you're right. That was the standard. That's all we see was Chief.
Yeah.
And Soto back then.
Yes.
And somebody asked me, hey, why you never do fire knife? I'm like, because we look up to these guys. For me, it was like, no, only these guys can do fire. And then all of you guys came, and only certain guys do fire. So it was like almost like, right? Chief is one of my idols too, and shout out to Chief. He's my boss. It's a privilege and honor to work under him and to learn and to teach under his guidance. But yeah, these are the guys we see. If you think of PCC, these are the faces that pop up.
Yes,
right?
It is.
These are the faces that pop up that built this place.
Yes, to this day. You still watch his Fast Samoa video on YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
You still go and crack up?
Yeah.
He was so good at doing what he did.
And even though you know the punchline, you still laugh. Right? Right?
That's true.
Even though we know what's going to come next, we still laugh. And you guys know that. Those of you who are watching, you guys see Chief every time. You know the next line is going to come. We all say it at the same time. And we still laugh about it, man. And Chief was the first, right?
Yes, he was the first. 1993, the first world fire knife champion.
And that is so amazing. The journey of the fire knife competition. And I know your dad played a big role. I know I say Pula, your dad, because we all look at him as dad. You know what I mean? And I know your dad too was one of those people that made the fire knife go out there, travel.
Yes,
You know.
that's true. I mean, he traveled the world before we traveled. Like he went to Japan. This is a funny story.
Hmm. Please
He
share.
traveled to Japan ages ago, and I heard this from our parents. That's all we heard. We never
Hmm.
know because we was all too young to
Yeah.
understand. But in 19 in 2018,
Hmm.
me and Alex went to
Japan.
Japan,
Wow.
and we met this old man in Japan. He said, "Oh, I want to meet the fire knife dancer." And that time I was dancing.
Hmm.
Alex was drumming. And he said, so Jimmy brought him. Oh, 95.
Hmm.
Pop, pop.
Here we go.
He said, 95, we bring the old man to the backstage. And I was back there, and he came in. He says, you look like someone. He told
Oh
me.
wow.
He said, you remind me of a fire knife dancer from back in the day.
Oh wow.
And then
Wow.
was like, oh, so they call Alex. Like, oh, this is my brother Alex.
Hmm.
You know, he goes, oh, I fire knife dance. That's the old man, huh? From Japan. He said, I fire knife dance. I was like, so, oh, me, that's
Wow.
good. So he told us, he goes, and my stage name was Tafano.
Tafano.
And we were like, Tafano, how are you guys? Because I learned from Tafili and Pulifano.
Oh wow.
So that was a full circle moment for us because,
And he didn't know who you guys.
and then we said, Tafili is my dad and Pulifano is his dad.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was a pretty crazy time because it was like, oh, this guy.
Wow, wow.
Well, he's
I'm
old.
kind of
Like,
emotional right now
Yeah.
hearing that, man. Wow.
you could tell that. So he came back and he brought us blades
Hmm.
that he learned how to cut from back in the day,
Wow.
and it was the same designs that
That your
Akopuli,
dad-
that used. So that was pretty nuts. Me and Alex we tripped out. We were like another 95 Alex.
Yeah.
And my brother Chef Prez 95.
Yeah. Press. Let's go. 95
95
boys. Here we go.
No, but yeah, it was that's one of the stories I was talking about because his influence was already
Yeah.
out there, and it was still when we came, it was still there,
Yeah.
still touched someone.
That is crazy. And I know I did a show with your brother Prez, and he shared that your dad was already having a show and he was traveling
Yeah,
all over the place, and the fire knife was going all over the place. And man,
I know
he
he.
wasn't even born yet, probably.
Yeah,
you know?
I know he was the first fire knife dancer at the Hukila,
Yeah.
and also he told us that he was the first to dance fire knife in Waikiki with Kini. Is it Kini Kini? Oh, no, not
I'm
Kini
not sure.
Kini. There was a famous performer. Anyways,
Yeah.
but he always talks about his time in Waikiki
Yeah.
with him, and that's how he got to travel to Japan because he traveled with the Hawaii tourism
Yeah.
at that time.
And never had no fire knife dances.
Yeah, no fire
Right.
knife
He was
dancer.
he was the only one that started that. Huh?
I think following him was Uncle Pisonga,
Mm.
them, Tulanga, those guys.
Yeah.
Uncle Pule, that's all their age
Yeah.
time. But before that, I think was my dad.
Wow, man. And your dad did really kickstart that fire knife world, and to open it up, man. That is so crazy. And to look at it now, where it's now,
Yeah.
it's huge. Like it started from little kids to now. So as we thank you so much sharing that about your dad and Uncle Pulifano. What a story in Japan.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts.
Man, what a story. Go back there and Tafano.
Tafano was his stage name. But they do that, because there's a guy also in the Fukushima Spa Resort that took the stage name of Alex. 'Cause
Oh, wow.
Alex went there with the promo team one time and they stayed for 3 months to help them. I think it was like 96 or something
Yeah.
like that. And the guy was so impressed with the way Alex performed that he took the stage name of Alex.
Oh wow.
And just recently, like before COVID,
Yeah.
I had the same thing happen. There's a kid there that does fire knife now that takes the name of David
Oh wow. In Japan.
in Japan.
Man.
So,
How'd that feel?
it's an honor.
Right?
You never think you're like, wow,
Right?
take our name.
Yeah.
So their stage name is David and the other one is Alex.
Because I guarantee, I not guarantee, I know you guys touched them so much and sharing a culture that they'd never seen before,
yeah.
that they want to carry on that legacy. Your
Yes.
guys' legacy is in Japan and all over to hear your name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an honor, man. It's just bless,
Yeah.
And Yeah, we come
And,
from a small town,
and
so
you know, you're
that's a
so
big.
true. And I believe that too. The fire knife, you know, as the fire knife grow, we all grow too.
Yes.
As an island, as a
Yeah.
village, as a culture. You know, there's no like color behind that,
Yeah.
culture behind that, right? You want to share a
Yes.
little bit about that?
Well, exactly what you said. There's no color. There's just everything that we share. I was once asked, you know, because I was like, no, fire knife will be who I am. I'm gonna take the identity when I was going through my
Mm,
fire knife days, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm a fire knife dancer. That's what I am.
yeah,
Even to this day, that's what I am. A fire knife
right,
dancer. Even though I don't dance, I coach now
right.
and I pass it on. But I was asked, how can fire knife change the world?
Mm,
And the answer to that really is fire knife is the tool that we use when someone is intrigued or excited about fire knife and really want to learn about fire knife. They're gonna
yeah,
go and they're gonna, oh, wonder where it comes from, you
yeah,
know. So then it's gonna come down and trickle down to the culture, and our culture is all about family,
yeah.
love, and respect.
Mhm.
So if we're spreading fire knife throughout the world, we're spreading love and respect because people are gonna learn about our culture, and that's what we need today is a lot of love and respect for life, for who we
Yes,
are,
please.
because we're
Yes,
starting to lose
yes,
that.
yes.
So I really believe, how you were saying it's non-prejudice. Like you're not prejudiced when you take the art of fire
Mm,
knife out. It's because you get to learn who we are as a people more than just the art.
yeah,
Behind it, it's who
yeah,
we are
yeah.
inside. So
And I love how you said in the beginning, how you said for kids that's doing, like, do your homework, yeah?
yeah,
Know the where all this came from. And you see, we talked
yeah,
about Chief Cielu, So'o, the foundation of you guys building this thing. Then, so I'm saying, like, don't just take it now and think you got it, right?
yes.
Right?
Oh yeah, you have to remember because see, like Ify Soul,
Oh,
man,
yeah, yeah,
shout out
yeah.
to Ify Soul
If you
too.
So'o, yeah.
He's the only one that won three in a row, which is why they made that rule of
Mm,
you win three, you gotta sit out, give someone else a chance.
hmm.
Um, Evie Soul was one of the most humblest. I mean, like purely
Mm,
humble, but on stage he do damage. Huh? Like
yeah.
I honestly believe someone did Evie Soul's routine today in the comp and executed the way he did back then. He still make top three. That's just
Mm,
my own opinion.
mm,
That's how good his routine is. I really he has ground moves, he
mm,
flips, throws a knife fire, like
mm,
he's strong. He got everything that it takes to become a top three contender.
mm,
So I really believe that you know people like Evie Soul, Chief, even till nowadays, the more younger champions,
yeah,
as far as like Vika, VJ,
yeah,
they're all great ambassadors for the art of fire knife.
yeah,
Vika influence is probably the biggest influence right now
yeah.
in
Shout out to Mika,
yeah,
VJ.
his style. I mean, the way he dances, the way he
Yeah,
does his routine. He brought out this big like flowy,
yeah,
finesse style.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but the whole world, he boomed right at the right time too. So the whole world is that's what they're watching. And then now you get the younger ones coming, the
Mm,
next generation, which is Weissen,
yeah,
Holly, all those guys. Shout out to all those guys,
yeah,
everybody.
yeah, yeah. You know you are. Here we go. Keep going.
They're coming in with what they learned from Mika, so it just trickles down. You
Yeah,
know, I mean, I learned from Chief them, then me and Patti them came in, then Mika them came in, and
so
now
so true, man.
yeah, so
Man, as we go into this the biggest competition right now, the Super Bowl of fire knife. You
yes.
know, can you touch a little bit about that as we go? What, a couple weeks?
Next week, let me give you the dates. So next week Wednesday is the juniors World Fire Knife Championships, which we have 56 competitors.
Oh wow!
That's junior and it is gonna be a long night, but we have the time limit, the 4 minute
Next week Wednesday.
next week Wednesday.
Hmm.
So the 13th will be the qualification. That's the following Tuesday. Qualification round, which is about 36 seniors.
Hmm.
Then the preliminaries will be 20, and that's the Wednesday after that. Finals on the Thursday right after that, the
Oh,
15th. And that's all happening within the next 2 weeks. So it's
yeah,
very close. Yeah.
that is huge, man, and that is a competition. It can be, the emotions, the energy that's flowing. what can you say to these competitors coming in that's going to compete? Especially, let's start with the young age,
Yeah.
because it can be very intense. Maybe the parents, or you're competing against your own classmates, right?
Yeah,
At the school.
exactly. Yeah.
Let's start with the kids first. What can you give them some advice coming into this competition?
Well, one thing I love about the kids is a lot of them, they just want to go on stage and
Oh
show
yeah,
what they got.
that's so true,
I
man.
mean, sometimes you think they're nervous, but man, when they're on stage, it's their mind, you're like, oh, shit, they end up doing something they didn't even practice all year.
Mm,
And you're like, wow, that's the kind of, enthusiasm and the feeling that they bring. Like,
yeah,
they're really like, oh, I want to do it. But I think I would advise the parents to just not pressure them too
yeah,
much. Let
yeah,
them be kids.
yeah.
They won't come, they win, they win. If they don't
If they
win,
don't,
hey,
you're having fun,
yeah, and they're gonna
right?
remember. It's now they're not gonna remember anything but the way they felt.
Yeah,
So if they felt junk that one, they'll never want to dance again.
yeah.
So if you made them feel that way, I would say just let them have fun. Be kids. Don't pressure them too
Great
much.
advice. Great advice.
So
Great advice.
just for the
And they're
kids.
not even probably thinking of stress or
Yeah,
whatever, or they just want to go show their moves, like you said,
exactly. Yeah,
right?
it just
Sometimes
wanna
their
go.
moves might be better than the older guys' moves.
It's funny because you see them do all like they do one hand, the other one doing this, but they're like, my one hand, I want to show. Like
Uh,
they're so proud of their one
uh,
hand, and they're gonna go out there and they're probably gonna do that. If they never have time limit, they're gonna
uh,
do it for the whole 10 minutes,
uh,
just doing that because they're so excited to do it. And we don't want to take that away from them if they're
yeah,
excited to do it by pressuring them in a point where you never do your routine.
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
do
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. That is
Yeah,
so good.
yeah. So
And that is just great advice to the parents. Is just let them go, let them flow, and if they drop whatever, just be loving and just encourage it. Hey, it's gonna be okay.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Maybe you go have fun with your teammates, everyone that's there. It's having the experience being here at the culture center and everybody around that family. It's a family event. So come as a family and leave happy, whatever the results may be. However your kids is feeling, everyone, hey, just continue to love and love on them.
yeah,
Because this not gonna stop. The fire knife is not gonna stop. So don't take that gift.
yeah,
Don't take that gift away from them or kill their self-esteem. You know what I mean?
yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, so just keep it going, stay positive with your kids. As the adults now, the adults coming in, they know who's good.
Yeah,
That's more pressure,
yeah. Exactly.
right? They know, oh dang, this guy is in my what? We gotta go against Mika.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or Hala.
No, that's a true statement. I mean, especially if you won it before, you're gonna have the ones silently just looking at you like, wow, that's why you gotta beat him, which is a good thing. Like
Yeah.
you want to aim high. You
Yeah.
gotta challenge the best to
Mhm.
become the best. And then you got some that just like they get intimidated real quick,
Yeah, yeah.
and they look at it.
How do you get over that, right?
Yeah, so I think the best thing to do is just trust your training process.
Mm.
I mean, if you see someone go out and they do their thing, and then you're like,
Is it good to watch whoever's going dancing? Because that can be intimidating
yeah, it
too,
is.
right?
Most of the time, most people don't. They
Don't,
just stay in the
okay.
back until they dance.
Yeah.
Finish, then they finish. But some people, they got it like that where they're like, oh, like, see,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have that kind of confidence.
Oh, good.
But most of the time, you just wait till your
You
time.
don't want to watch,
Yeah, you
right?
don't want to watch, and then. But some people they like it because they can say, okay, I know I can give them more pump to
Yeah.
do better or
Yeah.
go all out. But I do think that like for the seniors, when you come in, by now everything should be like on automatic mode. Like, okay, I'm gonna just practice the same routine the whole time because to change right now it's probably
Okay,
not a
man.
good idea because now you're gonna try your mind gotta learn something different. All the muscle memory gonna have to
Yeah.
change. So stick with what you have.
Stick with
Trust
what you
it,
have.
yeah.
Trust it. How would you
Trust it.
prepare? Like for me, if I think of football, I have a way I prepared. I put my things down, earphones. I don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
How were you? How did you prepare going into? Were you that one like go talk to everybody, or you find a corner, you look at the wall? How did you prepare growing up, and how these kids should prepare?
Yeah, well, yeah, like you said, a lot of people are different. Some people, like I seen a lot of people go and lie down, rest, close your eyes,
Mm.
and it gets tough because the adrenaline is going. So you got to
Mm.
try and control it the whole time.
Mm.
For me, I really I trained hard throughout the years for that year, from the year before to then.
Hmm.
So when I came in, I really came in trusting what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
So I didn't really talk too much to people. I would go to the corner, but when I was around, I had to be around people. I was like, "Oh, hey, how are you guys
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Good luck tonight." But then I would go to my own area,
Mm.
with just around our own people that we train with, anyways.
Yeah.
And then I'll just go over stuff mentally. But I would like to get a moment to yourself and
Mm.
focus, and just leave it all on stage, because
Yeah.
there's no turning back now. You're there.
Yeah.
Why not just let loose and hey,
Yeah.
go.
And that is so true, because like how you talked about, a lot of people prepare differently.
Yeah.
Some like to watch, some like no, just to stay in their own peace and
Yeah.
just come out and bang your routine. And I like how you say, like, don't change up at the last minute. Don't get nervous and
Yeah.
change up, right? I think that's where a lot of the mistakes is
Yeah.
gonna.
Well, one thing, because it's a sport now, because it's considered a sport. I mean,
Yeah.
a sport takes you have your oppositions, which is the fire facing your nerves and everything. Kind of like golf. Huh? It's a solo sport where
Mhm.
you have to learn to control yourself to win the comp. So when you think of it as a sport in that sense, everything comes into play. Mind games, like and people don't know that. You know, some people. Trust me, you see some of the champions, I'm not gonna name them,
Yeah.
but they do play the mind game when they come
Yeah.
to you and they're like, "Sully, oh man, you can take me out today." Like,
Yeah,
you know, they do
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
get them like overconfident in a way,
True.
or they just come in like oh, kind of intimidate you. So
Uh,
it's all mental. A lot of it
yeah.
is a mental
That's
game
so true,
when you
though.
get
I'm glad
close,
you touch up on that.
because people don't look at it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun, but at the same time,
Or they'll do, "Shh, don't do too much moves."
yeah, you know, like, actually, just be nice to me.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
But really, they're like, I got something for you. You know what I mean?
So true.
But it's you know, it's a sport. Remember,
Yeah.
everybody trains. So your way of getting through it, you do it the best you can.
Hmm.
Don't let anyone shake you, because if you start to change your mind, like, oh, I think I'm gonna try this, then you will fall victim to
To what?
what they were doing.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
their mind
Exactly,
game.
yeah.
So it's yeah.
What would you love to see from this competition, man? Because there's heavy hitters coming in.
Oh,
Heavy
yes.
hitters coming in, to some guys that coming back,
Yes.
that sat out a couple of years.
Yep.
What are you looking forward to this comp? And it's an exciting time, here in our village of Laie. Energy, the atmosphere that's going to happen. You're going to see a lot of fire knife dancers that's not competing show up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Just to support.
Yeah, support and see what's going on.
Yeah,
in the
see
world.
who
Yeah.
got it, right?
Yeah. Well, this year, man, like you said, there's so much heavy hitters. I want to see. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing them
Yeah.
do their thing and go all out.
Mhm.
I kind of want to see someone that hasn't even been
Yeah.
like just come on and just boom. Son,
Yeah.
seen that guy?
Yeah.
Frick, he went shocked the world. Like, not in a. I mean, he shocked the world even if he didn't make it, but it was just that kind of like, oh,
You're so right.
because then you know that they're progressing on their own.
Mhm.
Some of them come from far, like that girl that came from Taiwan that competed with my
Yeah.
daughter Jerry that
Yeah,
won
yeah.
first year.
Yeah.
She was like she brought the what you call that, like the excitement of the comp, because it was like, oh, this girl from Taiwan is mean, like
Yeah.
unexpected. Huh?
Yeah.
You always expect the girls to be a certain way, which is why I think Jerry flourished, because she came with a different. She didn't,
True.
So
True.
when she came, and then when Moana came,
Yeah.
they came with two different, and it was unexpected. So it was like, oh, hey, that's bad, like. So they brought a different feel, and that's kind of what I'm looking for.
That is so true, though.
Yeah.
You're right, man.
Well,
Because you see the fire knife dancer, you know the routine.
yes,
You right?
exactly.
You know exactly what they're gonna do. But I like what you said. We're like, see something different, boom, we're like, oh, we never see that one before.
yeah.
And I like how you said that, because pretty much like you probably know this more than you pretty much know everybody's routine, what's coming next, and I like that too. I would like to see, you know, somebody else win too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a new face. No not downplaying
Yeah.
anybody.
I don't know what you mean.
All the big boys that coming back, you know, and shout out to all of them. But like you said, shock us, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because those big boys they coming to play. You know,
Yeah.
they're bringing their A game. So you know, you gotta have that little bit more. You know, like
Exactly.
bam
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
make us feel like oh
Okay, you belong there.
yeah,
You know?
even though you maybe don't make it, but you belong with those big
Yeah,
big
in those
hitters.
names where you're gonna be
Yeah,
like, hey, that guy was.
and oh, keep coming back. You know that the guy really shocked me. I know everybody too. The guy from Japan.
Yes, yes.
That's what
Hey,
you're talking about. You
yeah.
see something like oh, you know what I mean?
Oh,
The guy from Japan.
and you know
Oh
what? They're coming
man,
back. There's two of them coming back, and they'll be here. And I definitely,
surely
you know,
looking forward to
we
it,
actually, yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. But
man.
I know they're gonna bring it this year. They're gonna bring some heat this year.
Yeah,
And last year when because they usually ask to come and we'll go over there and watch them practice the night before,
yeah,
just to kind of see what they have. And I just stood there and I was like, wow. And I was like, hey, people going to know them
yeah,
after this because they're gonna see what they got.
yeah,
It was awesome. So that's exactly what you're saying is right. Like,
yeah. See something fake. I don't know the word for it, like it shocked you, right? Because we see it all, right?
yeah,
We see all the big hitters, you know, Nika, Halle, all those guys looking for them to come back, and also you know other you know young kids.
yeah,
They're so amazing. So you know whatever you're doing, hey, just do it. Like Chief Cielo always say, do
yeah.
it from the heart, or because it's going to reach a long way. You know, do it the right way, or don't do it at all.
Exactly.
Don't change it up, right?
I know this stage is the biggest stage for
It is. It is.
Polynesian entertainment, and it's for as far as the Fight Night, like you said, it's the Super Bowl. So this is the arena, you know, this is the big arena
Man.
that people, the Coliseum that everyone comes to see.
Yes.
And the stage will eat you up if you're not ready. And I mentioned that most of the time people are like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
share a little bit about that. Yeah.
So when you get on stage, I mean, you gotta remember you have your everything you've trained for. Huh?
Mhm.
When you get on stage, you remember you got people looking at you. All was 3,000 people plus the world that's watching on live,
Yeah.
and then that could be heavy if you let it get heavy to you, or if you like it, it's good. Then you got the beat of the drums, which is heavy in the back of you, and that's
Yeah.
loud, and it's just that. Ooh.
Shout out to all the drummers,
Yeah.
man. Lay your drummers core.
And they bring this feeling that you gotta overcome.
Yeah.
And most of the time, your training throughout the whole year makes you should have your muscle memory, because a lot of times you're not even gonna remember what you did on stage. The time you talk to Fire Night dancers, they come off like, man, I forgot what I did on that part.
Hmm.
Then when they watch the stuff, like, man, I didn't realize I did that move.
Wow.
It's because of all your training, your body automatically goes in when your brain is going in and out of things, because things start to move super fast. But the more you train, it slows down. And I think you guys can say that about
Yeah.
football. You know,
Yeah.
the more you train, the more faster you get to the ball.
Yeah.
Instead of like
You already
too
see it
slow to
already.
get. Yeah.
You already see it.
So everything starts to slow down. The more you train, the more you are ready for it. But that stage is, and like I said, the drummers core, they bring a different.
You
different
guys bring
energy.
that energy. You know,
Yeah.
the drummers core. Do you lead that drummers core? Can you share a little about the drummers core, please, since we're there already?
Oh yes,
Because
well,
you guys do an amazing job. You guys help out so many people. You guys travel.
yeah. Well, we have a really good set of drummers. I mean, most of our drummers, they're all very prideful. Right?
Very. You're the
Prideful.
best.
Good pride. Good pride.
You're the best.
You know?
No, I'm the best drummer.
And you know,
shout out to the drummer score.
yeah, you have to have the attitude if
Yeah.
you're gonna play the best. I mean,
Yeah.
we are the house drummers for the World Fight Night Championships. We don't come in there
Yeah.
thinking we're second place. You know,
Yes.
we gotta come in there knowing who we have. And I'm not the best drummer, but definitely we have some of the best in the world that drum. We got big names in there that and a lot of them learn and practice under 95. Alex, Galeai,
Here we go.
shout out to you. And they learn to flourish and get better. We got Brennan
Yeah.
Sikwa, who's a
Oh,
amazing
man,
drummer.
amazing drummer and a musician.
Yeah, musician. You got LJ Tuya.
Yeah.
You got Jukes, who brings the power. You know, June Boy. He brings the power on the bass, and he's playing can now too.
Yeah.
And then you get people like Ben and all the young ones coming up. These guys, hands down. With cannot forget the fast hands. Probably the fastest can player in the world. I'm gonna say it, and his name is Toa Tafiti.
Ooh, oh yes, yes. Toa. Yes.
And he's amazing on the can. And these guys, just think about it. You got 56 kids. These guys are leading all 56 kids.
Yeah.
They're not drumming for just 10 people, then they finish. They're actually going right through the whole thing. So the energy they bring, you have to have that mindset of, hey, we are the best.
You are the best. And you guys do come out like you're the best. And that is the kind of energy and attitude you should have. And when you feel this drumming, it makes you want to dance.
Yeah.
You're almost like chasing that beat. You make you want to dance faster and harder. So I appreciate the drummer's core, man, and what you guys bring. Go ahead.
No, in mentioning that, I mean, any place you go, if you're the drummer for whatever dancer you have to come in with the attitude that you're the best.
Yeah.
Because the people, you cannot fool the people.
Yeah, you cannot fool the people.
The tourists come in, they can feel if you're phony.
Yeah.
They feel if you're not real. So if you come in with a confident attitude, they will not feel nothing because they're gonna be like, that's how it's supposed to be. So you have to have the attitude.
And that is so awesome. Can you share what's on your shirt, brother?
Oh yes, the Vaimatina.
Please, yeah.
So this is our Finite Siwafi Ailau club over here in Laie. It's we started this. Uncle Pulifano actually started 1 year ago, but he stopped, and then I created the Vaimatina class. And the reason why I created it is when I won my first competition, I was thinking, oh wow, there's so much talent in our community.
Yeah.
There's so much talent. That's for football. Everyone comes to this.
Yeah.
And it's not only our community, but that's how we feel. Like so much talent. So I was like, I learned this growing up here, and I want to be able to share with my community, give back. So I started this Siwafi Ailau club here in Laie, and I named it after my sister and my mom.
Yeah.
So you would know. I mean, my mom was a Samoan instructor back then, and she taught a lot of us.
All of us. All of us. We were under that umbrella right there.
So just because the way she presented herself and taught, and people to this day, they remember. And then, you getting me emotional.
No, that's good.
They remember what she did, and she always used to say, remember, the way you make someone feel is they're always going to remember that. So that's why I was like, I'm going to name them after her in remembrance of how she taught and how, she did things and for our community, so rest in love.
No, wait, stay right there. I want to share a little bit about mom. I danced under, I came from Samoa, and then the dance class, we're in front of BOU and near Faluma. And if I look at me and say, hey, Tale, Kuruma, to the Faluma, and this is where my dancing career started, from right under Vi, and she was tough, you know what I mean? And that's, this is not about me, it's just sharing about my experience under Vi, how, and not just me, everyone in the community of we danced under Vi. She was tough, but she was on point. If you don't look at your hands, you're going to get, hey, look at your hand, follow your hand, But it all comes from love, you know what I mean? This is the teaching that it comes from love. And that is something I never forget what Auntie Vi has taught us. And I got to be Fatluma for, the koku and all that, and the dance experience. And then one of my guys I look up to during Fatluma was Pati.
Oh,
Tia.
Yeah, Tia.
Pati Tia.
He was the man.
He was the best right there, that guy. And I think all my siblings too dance under Vi, and you guys too. But because we're talking about mom, man, and we dance all over too with mom. So I just wanted to share that little piece to bring back memory too. I know we're getting emotional here talking about the dancing, but thank you for sharing that
Just
about Vaimatina.
Just real quick about one story about my mom.
Yeah.
Because you said she's harsh. She was. She was tough. She was a tough lady. Like she's one of those old school
Yeah.
Samoan moms.
Yeah.
And this is like a
Yeah.
Samoan mom would be. So I always wanted to do firewalk. You know,
Mm.
when I was in night show, and they had an audition one day, and I went and auditioned for firewalk. And right after we finished, I thought I did a good job. I did everything from 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. You know, like. And then son, everybody was putting son, come. So I come over there and she go, son. I heard her turn to, I think it was Ano. Ano was there. And she kind of telling her that I wasn't funny enough to be a firewalk. And she go, it's better you just go do your fire knife, practice your fire knife, and come try later. So ever since then, that's why I only stick to fire knife. I never done firewalk.
You never went back done firewalk?
No, because I was like, oh, my mom said I'm not funny. So. But it was, like she's straightforward. So
yeah.
No hurt feelings. I was just cracking up. Like to this day, I think about it. Oh, kill my dreams. But that's the kind of lady she was. Just straightforward.
Straightforward. She had energy, and it all comes from a place of love. Man. And you never went back to try firewalk again?
Well. When it came hard, and I said I was a firewalker, so I'm already doing firewalk. I did a couple of times, and I started doing it during Ha. But that's already long past after she passed away. So.
That was your time to go.
She probably still up there looking down like still not funny.
Not funny? He's still not funny. That is so funny, man. Because you get the truth, right?
Yeah.
You get the truth. You don't like it, like okay. We got to keep going then. Man, this competition coming up, bro. And I really thank you for sharing. So that school, you still carrying on? You guys still teaching? Yes. I see you guys still doing training and teaching. That's something you want to keep doing?
Oh, definitely. Eventually, I would like my daughter to continue it on if she wants to. But if not, I'll be there. I still want to teach and help.
Yeah.
The community, who wants to learn.
And what you guys do, man, is amazing because it takes time out of your family, out of your own time. And I know you guys travel too. You guys were in New Zealand, the last one. So when you guys do that, you guys promoting fire knife?
Oh, yes. So when we did travel the last time, the 3 girls that did come, they're coming under Vaimutina. But when we go, we usually go as Masters of the Flame.
Masters of the Flame.
So Masters of the Flame is an outside competition.
Yeah, please share that. Yeah.
Just share my whole life.
No, this is what it is. This is what we talk about.
So the Master of the Flame is an outside competition. But the full name of it is Pulifano's Master of the Flame.
Okay.
So we held one in Japan. The first one was held in Cook Islands. We did Japan. We done Utah, California. Well, Utah is our main one.
Yeah.
So Utah is actually a qualification competition.
Yeah.
So if you dance at Utah competition, you win, you automatically make the preliminary. You don't have to qualify on Tuesday.
Okay.
At the Worlds. So
can you clear up the Master of the Flame? Who is it? How it started? For people out there that doesn't know, they see it. You know what I mean? Because we know what is Master of the Flame. Share the history, how it started, what it is.
Okay. So Master of the Flame was actually was started in 2018 in Rarotonga, Cook Islands. We did our first Master of the Flame. And the reason why I chose that place to start is because it was cheaper, and I wanted to do somewhere out of the country to see if I could pull it off on that side. So me and Alex, my brother Alex, went there and we opened up the first one. So the Master of Flame was created because there was only one other competition, which was Matuni's competition in Florida at the time. Because the one in California died out in a way where I think Tui Letuli left, and they created the legacy now, which we have now. But so there was not enough for people to get to a competition because a lot of times they come to the Worlds and they're not ready for competition. Yeah. So you have to go and compete in little areas to kind of get the feel of competition mode. Huh?
Yeah.
So it's like having regionals,
Yeah.
Like for football, you got to play these guys. So the more competition you get, the better. So that's why it was created. Our main one, we have one this year, August 31st, Utah, Thanksgiving Point. Registrations will come out very soon for that. And now it's just blowing up because you get Masters, you got Patile Vasa, you got Keenan.
Yeah.
You got Legacy, you got Florida. So that's 5 already that they have. Tahiti's another 6,
Mm.
and Samoa. So there's 7 competitions out there throughout the year before you come to the Worlds. But only 3 are places that you can
You
qualify
can
to the
qualify
Worlds.
for. That's the
Masters,
Masters.
um, Masters, and it's Keenan's one in Lekawa,
That's
in,
on
in Big Island.
Big Island.
So those 2. The third one I cannot reveal.
Okay.
Delso Moy will reveal that at the World Fire Knife Championship,
Awesome. Awesome.
and it'll be added this year to that. So,
Awesome. Man, that is amazing what the Masters of Flame, you guys are traveling, you guys are spreading the culture, and you get to bring all these family kids out,
yes.
you know, just to, because they're not in the islands, right? You guys get to bring that to them,
yes,
to feel that island love, and just to remind them that, hey, this is you too. This is a part of you.
yeah,
This is your
exactly.
culture, right?
And you know, for me, my someone was never really that great.
And it's okay.
Speaking,
It's okay.
but I gotta say, I'm not telling plenty stories, but
No, it's
I feel
great,
like
man. Yeah. No, it's great.
so I went to New Zealand and we did the opening premiere for Wellington in Wellington for
neat.
the Lord of the Rings.
Oh wow.
So me, Alex, and Fano went. But I remember I was in the back getting ready, and someone over there came
Mm.
speaking to me. Someone, I was like,
Yeah.
oh. You know, I understand, but
Yeah.
my response was English.
Yeah.
So I would respond in English, and I said, oh, you know what? Hey, yeah, sorry, my someone not too great.
Good.
But-
Yeah. Good.
And then one of them was, oh, plastic. And I start cracking up. I go, yeah, plastic. As soon as I finished the Fire Night performance that night, first person, people that came was those guys. Like, oh, wow, sick. Yaro Shiva. You know, like, so it kind of saved me in a lot of ways, like, because at least that part of me, the culture I knew, was it was enough for them to be like, wow, hey, proud of him, even though he doesn't really speak it that, you know, can speak, but not, you know,
Okay.
when they're running that fast,
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
I get, you know, don't explain it. But yeah, so that was the reason why I brought that up is because Fire Knife actually, for those who learning Fire Knife that don't, you know, it's culture. That's you. That's part of you.
That's you.
It's part of who you are.
And I want to touch on that. And if you don't speak Samoan, your Samoan is not that strong, it's okay. You know what I mean? Own it. You know what I mean? And don't put others down that never grew up in a culture or in a home of Samoa. Like, hey, there's no such thing as plastic Samoan. I just want to make that straight. I heard that a lot. People ask me. I said, there's no such thing as a plastic Samoan or whatever. So whatever you learn, take it and help the culture grow. You know what I mean? And whatever, and speak it. Whatever it is, as small as you can, share it and speak it. And you're right, our action speaks more than our words. And what the Fire Knife world is doing, that is Samoa. We have Palangi kids spinning Fire Knife.
Yeah.
That is Samoa. They're taking Samoa all over the place. And that's the beauty of our culture is the love and respect. You have any final message you want to share before we be out of here?
Yeah. Well, once again, thank you again. Before I give my to give you a gift from the White Martina, I got open so you can put on one over your shirt.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me on the Get Stunned podcast.
It's an honor, man, to have you.
We do the 95
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's one of our jerseys.
Oh, Faf tight.
For you. But
White Martina.
Yeah.
It takes a village.
And it's true, it does take a village. So
Appreciate
us as a Fire Knife Village world all together.
Thank you very much.
Let's pull together and spread the love of Fire Knife.
Yeah.
One thing I can say, I've been blessed. And I remember Chief Shielu once said that what Fire Knife has done for him was one of the greatest blessings was made him not afraid of the unknown. So, in other words, you take chances, you go out and you try your best and give it everything you got, leave everything on stage, and you know, don't be afraid because no matter what happens, you'll be all right. Trust in the Lord and everything will be good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you so much, family. What a blessing to be here with my Uso here, David Galeai, and just sharing his knowledge about the finite world, also his journey, here in Laie, and how the world has everybody's eyes is on fire knife now, and that's part of our culture. That's part of the spirit, and always put the Lord first in what you do, and you never can go wrong. Enjoy your day. Don't forget to reset, rebuild, reconnect with your family and loved ones, and always reconnect with your Savior. God bless everybody. Uso, thank you
No
very
problem,
much.
Uso.
Love you, man.
Love you too.
This is the Get Done Show. Mahalo. Choo!
So, ikaw,